Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing the end of year book tag. It was kind of hard to find the questions, if I'm being honest, because a lot of people don't post them like in their little description box, and I usually write down tag questions like in like a little notebook and read, but I decided I was going to use my phone today. But yeah, let's get started. Because it is almost the end of the year. It's almost October. I can't believe it. September flew by. We did have a lot going on in my family though, because my brother was picking out rings, buying a ring. He proposed this Friday, which is like super exciting. But yeah, I just feel like September went like this. It was my dad's birthday yesterday. It's just been kind of crazy, you know, but like in a really happy, like fun way. But yeah, I just cannot believe the end of the year is basically here already. So the first question is, are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? And honestly, the only one that comes to mind is Beautiful World, Where Are You? I'm almost done. I can't believe I haven't finished it yet right now. I do feel like I'm savoring it though. And I feel like I said, it's been kind of busy. But I have noticed too that when I start to fall asleep reading it, like at night, I actually put it down instead of trying to power through because I don't want to miss anything. Whereas I feel like some books, even if I'm super tired and like I start to fall asleep, I kind of like really try to like keep going. And like I'm really liking that I'm not doing that with this because I feel like it's sticking with me a lot more. But yeah, I feel like that's the only book that I've started that I haven't finished, that I'm still meaning to finish. I feel like I'm usually pretty good though about like finishing a book, even if it takes me months and months, just because like I don't like starting something, stopping, and then picking it up like forever later, because then you don't really know if you should like reread the beginning or like not. It stresses me out, so I don't really do that a lot. But yeah, that's the only one I have for that question. The second question, do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? Honestly, I'm gonna have to say no, not really. But I do have some books on my TBR for September, which I know that I probably won't finish this month, but I still want to finish soon. And so autumnal, this one really isn't autumnal, so I'm not going to mention that one. But I feel like Stephen King, Dolores Claiborne, I feel like this has been on my TBR for the longest time now. And I mean, who doesn't love a scary king, or just honestly any king like in the fall? Like, I do. And I think this is the one I'm gonna get to. And I'm excited. I will say I did try and read this, honestly, probably a few years ago now, and didn't finish it, but I only got like so many pages in. So I think this is actually going to be the next one I pick up, just so I actually like do it, you know? Like I need to stop thinking about it, because every time I look at it, I'm like, I really need to read it. But like for whatever reason, I'm nervous. And I think it's because when I tried to read it the first time, I didn't like it enough to keep going at the time. And I'm scared that feeling's going to come back, and I really don't want it to. So a little nervous, but I think a king is always a good way to get into fall. Like I think last fall I read The Institute by him, and it was really good. So yeah, this one. And another one on my September TBR, which I haven't started yet, is Writers and Lovers by Lily King. I've heard so much about this. I've heard it's very character driven. We are following, I think, this girl who, I don't know if she's like in a love triangle or like what the deal is, but I'm pretty sure, yes. And I'm pretty sure it's set like the 90s in New York, or like up north in America somewhere. And she's just trying to like figure it out, and I love a good figure it out kind of like love story. I hate to call them romances because I'm usually not into like the really cheesy, like they work out so perfectly that you like already know what's gonna happen. Like I don't like those as much. But this one I hope really delves into a lot of like complicated feelings, like that kind of thing. Like that's like what I like in the fall. I love a good dramatic, not everything works out perfectly, relational driven story in the fall. So I think this one would really fit that prompt. So hopefully I get to this one soon too. Let's see. The third question, is there a new release you're still waiting for? Honestly, no, but I also don't really pay attention to new releases all too much, especially now I'm on a book buying ban, which I failed. I literally bought 2 books this morning. I ordered them online because I was feeling really just like, not sad, but like kind of, and I was like, I need some self-help books. I decided since they were more like self-helpy that it was okay, because I was like, I literally cried so much this weekend in like the best way, but also like there's just so much change going on in like my life and like my family's life and like I feel like everybody's lives that I'm just like, I feel very overwhelmed. And I know I've mentioned this in other videos, like I'm someone who feels my emotions, and I would say especially my anxiety, very physically. Like it's very like, it just kind of like pours out of me and like I feel it, and so it gets really built up and then it just like explodes. And like I'm not good at like, I don't know, I just like feel everything so like this that I don't know, sometimes I need to figure out better ways to kind of like navigate that, because I feel like I do really well, and the next thing you know there's like just more and more and more and more stuff to like worry about or like deal with or like be part of, and I'm just like drowning it all. So I was like, I need self-help books. So yeah, not really any anticipated releases, but like I said, book by man, so I'm really trying to like not really buy a lot of new books. But I mean, like I said, Beautiful World, Where Are You? I'm in the middle of that, and that just came out. But yeah, if I'm being honest, I think that's about it. I don't have many more coming out this fall. I was really excited for Michael Pollan's new book. I think it's called like Your Mind on Plants or Your Body on Plants. I think it's Your Mind on Plants. And he's really cool. I really like his writing. I read How to Change Your Mind by him a couple years ago now, and that's one of my favorite nonfictions ever, because he talks about how like psychedelics have been shown to help treat like anxiety, depression, and a lot of psychosis type stuff, and it was really interesting. And I'm hoping that this one is also like that, but I think in this one he's talking more about like everyday like plant like chemicals and stuff that we use, like caffeine and stuff, and I think that would be super interesting. And I think that came out maybe like a month or 2 ago, but yeah, I was really excited for that one. So yeah, I'll mention that one even though it's already out, but yeah. Let's see. The next question is, what are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? 3 books that I want to read before the end of the year. I'm going to have to go get them, look, and come back. Because I don't want to mention the 2 that I just mentioned, because like obviously I want to read them because they're on my TBR. But let me go look at my big shelf and I'll be right back. Okay, everyone, I've come back with 3 books that I need to get to. I need to get to them before the end of the year is over, which is honestly saying a lot because I'm doing really well with my reading goal, and I've read so much this year, like more than I think I've ever read in my entire life. At least since I've been tracking, I've never read this much. Like I hit my goal like at the end of last month probably, and I still have like 3 months left of the year, which is crazy to me. Because I've never been this close. Like last year I was really struggling to hit my Goodreads goal, and so I don't know, it's just exciting. So I don't want to like push myself to like read a lot or read a lot faster or anything like that, just because there's no point, you know, like I think I'm allowed to savor what I read. But off my physical TBR, I've heard so much about The Idiot recently. Elif Botman? I have no idea how to say this author's name, but I remember when this like came out, because I want to say I was working in the bookstore at the time, and I kept seeing it on the like new release table and stuff, and I think this cover is like atrocious. Like I don't know what it is about it's called The Idiot. It's got a big sparkly like rock on the front, and it's baby pink. Like it looked annoying. Like it looked like our main character would be really annoying and like stupid, I guess you could say, and I was just like not looking forward to that. But I've heard so many people say this is a campus novel, very character driven, really good for fall, and so I was like, honestly, I'm getting really excited to pick this one up, so I definitely think I will get to this one before the end of the year, unless if for whatever reason something happens that keeps me from it, but I do think this one will be on a TBR soon. The next one is Allie Smith, Autumn. So I got this for Christmas for my brother last Christmas, like I just said. And I'm trying to read all the books on the women's prize long list. I doubt I'll get to them all by the end of the year. I think I've just kind of accepted that that probably won't happen. But I think one of the books in the quartet was on that, but because this is the first one I have, I wanted to start with this one, and so I can't even get to that one without reading this one first, because that's what I told myself, even though I'm pretty sure you don't have to read them in order that they came out, but I want to. But honestly, it seems like Allie Smith is either an author you love or you hate, and I'm very nervous that she's going to be too smart for me, and I'm just not really going to, like, get it, because I heard that it's, like, a Brexit novel. Like, she talks a lot about, like, European, like, politics and stuff like that, and I have no idea about a lot of all of that, which I know makes me sound so, like, ignorant and whatever, but if I'm being honest, like, I don't, and so it scares me. But also, I do want to and need to get to this one before the end of the year. And I have one left to talk about, and it's The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. I've never read this, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be sad, and I kind of want to cry. Like I said, I've been crying a lot lately, but honestly, I'm wondering if maybe crying while I read will help me not cry in real life. Maybe not, but maybe so. And I've just heard so much about this, and like my brother made fun of me. I use his Amazon account, and when I ordered this like months and months ago, he was like, Kate, what the heck? And I was like, oh my god, I've just never read it. Like, I want to read it. Like, what's it to you? And he was like, I've even read that and I don't even read. And I was like, this is embarrassing. But it's okay. I'm excited. I'm excited. So yeah, those are 3 books that I really want to get to before the end of the year. But we all know I'm not really the best with TBRs. So we'll see. But yeah, hopefully I get to them. Is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? Yes, of course. Yeah. I don't know, and I think it's hard because I think this has been one of the best reading years I've ever had, and I think it's because I finally found a book community on Instagram and YouTube that I actually enjoy their recommendations, because I think when I first started watching BookTube, I just liked that I found people who liked reading as much as me, but they were reading a lot of like YA, fantasy, romance, whatever, and like I don't hate all of those things. They're just not usually things that I would naturally pick up on my own, and I was really trying to force myself for a really long time to get into stories like that, and so I feel like I finally found a community of people who read what I like to read, or at least a lot of what I like to read. And so I've read so many great ones that I've loved this year. I have so many 5 stars. It's kind of insane. And it's just been such a good year, and I don't see why the last 3 months would be any different, I guess. I do think it's been a little bit more difficult because of the book buying ban, but like I said today, I broke it, so hopefully I keep going, but I did break it today. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I think I'm really gonna like Writers and Lovers. I really think I'm gonna like the idea, unless it ends up being something that I wasn't expecting. I think The Bell Jar is gonna be really good. I'm loving Beautiful World, Where Are You? But if I'm being honest, I think this year I'm gonna have to do a separate video for favorite nonfictions and favorite fiction novels, just because I just think that's the way it's going to have to be. But on my fiction list right now, we have Open Water. I can't stop talking about that one. We have Conversations with Friends. Can't shut up about it. Beautiful World, Where Are You? Is really up there. That is so good because in my mind, Beautiful World, Where Are You is a mix between normal people and Conversations with Friends, because I loved the Conversations with Friends followed more of like a group instead of 2 separate people. But I like that their relationships in Beautiful World, Where Are You are more like normal people, and they're like 2 completely separate things, but they're like friends, but they're completely separate. It's not like everybody's trying to like date each other. It's just like this, but they're, you know what I mean? So it's a good mix. So that one's definitely up there, like I said. Milk Fed, dude, I loved Milk Fed. That was one of the first books I finished here. A Little Life, I always forget about that one because I read it so early on in the year. And American Marriage, loved that. There are just so many good ones this year that, I mean, I do think it will be hard to top a few of those, but also, why not? You know, why not? There aren't any books, like I said, I put out a couple, but there aren't any that I'm like, yes, this one is just definitely going to be a favorite. Like, I don't have any of those, which I think is good. I think that's good that I'm staying pretty, like, open-minded about that, because sometimes I think if you've already decided you like a book before you even started because of all, like, the hype around it, I don't think that's very fair. And we all do it. We can't deny that we don't all do it, so I don't know. But yeah, let's see. Last question. Have you already started making reading plans for 2021? I wouldn't say reading plans per se, but there are some goals that I really want to reach. And I think one of those is being a little bit more thoughtful about the videos that I make, because I think I really want to start doing like themed vlogs or more like themed videos instead of just like wrap-ups, because I feel like there were so many books that I read before I was even like part of the community that I love that I don't really talk about because I'm so focused on the books that I just read. And so I think it would be really fun to make more themed videos and kind of like go back and see what I used to read. And, like, I love reading challenge videos or, like, themed videos. Like, I love a good, I read the lowest book of my TBR, and this is what happened. Like, I love stuff like that, and so I don't see why I wouldn't like making it or, like, doing it also. Sometimes I think it's just, it takes a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of thought, and, I mean, I don't know, sometimes I guess I'm just not always up for that. I will say that I do think one video that I think I know that I'm gonna make is a video talking about all the books, or sorry, all of the authors that I can't believe I haven't read, because there are so many popular authors that I'm just like, I've heard so much about them that I feel like I could tell you about so many of their books and I haven't read any of them. And the list is just so long already that I'm like, what the heck? And I think that would be a fun one to kind of like kick off the year, because then maybe that can be one of my reading goals for the year, is to like read a book by all those authors. And I definitely think I'm still going to do the read one more book than you did the year before challenge, because that's how I always pick my Goodreads goal, is just read one more than I did the year before, just because I think my goal is just to always read more, and I know that a lot of people I follow right now, I feel like, are trying to get out of that habit of just like always trying to read more instead of just like reading good quality books. But I don't know, I think I'm also going to do a page, but I don't know, because sometimes you read audiobooks and I don't think it really like counts the same. Yeah, I don't know. I think pretty regular reading goals. This year I put myself into a couple challenges, like Reading Women 2021 challenge, which has made me pick up things, and the women's long list, and it's made me pick up things that I don't think I would have picked up otherwise, which has been fun. But I also don't like the pressure of knowing that I probably won't finish all those prompts, because I guess to me, like, a goal is a goal, and like you should try to do it instead of like giving up on it. And I kind of feel myself like giving up because I'm on a book buying ban, so like I don't want to buy all these books. So my library doesn't have them on. I'm just kind of like, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I don't know. So sort of I'm making reading plans, but like not really. But yeah, I hope you all like the video. And I hope you make one. I love watching this tag, so please, please, please make one. But yeah, I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.